Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by David Palumbo, CEO at EQTEC. How are you today, David?
Hey, Zach, very good. And you? It's been a while. We haven't spoke, so nice talking to you today.
It has been a while, and I'm asking you as a first question, in terms of the refinancing that you had last week, is this a turning point or the long-awaited turning point for EQTEC?
Yeah, we believe so. I mean, it's very important. As I mentioned this, before. I think the restructure of this secure facility that we have is critical for us to rebase and rebuild the value on the shares of EQTEC. I mean, if you think about that, this is a facility that we took out, when the market capitalization was close to 100 million, and this is now the perception on the current valuation of the company with that overhang of potential significant monthly payments or the alternative of conversion, was really making difficult to rebuild the equity story on the back of that. So now this restructure, what is pretty unique of that, it has no fixed payment or any conversion right. It's a pure bullet term 24 loan, which means that no payment needs to be done, no fixed payment needs to be done until the end of the term, and any payments are done based on incomes and a modest proportion of income that we have from investment activities or from revenues. So I think this is very important to rebase the capital structure of the company to attract new equity. I think I say this in the past. Venture there has a time and a place, and it's a good tool for small cap companies to raise capital in special situations. But unfortunately, this is still, as you know, as good as I know, it's still very negatively seen in the market by institutional investors, and mainly for the perceived risk of the constant overhang of the conversion. As you guys probably know as well, I mean, the lenders are Riverford and Yorville. They are probably the most experienced and the most professional doing this in the market, but it's still, a stigma around this type of convertible facility. So I think the fact that they have restructured this in a way that they have never done in the market, if you look, probably, is a testament that they're smart, operators in the market. It's a testament that they believe that the business model post-pivot is already yielding results, and give them confidence that we can, continue to make these payments that are not fixed now, and we'll be in a position to repay the loan at the end of the 24 term. So we believe that this will signal to the market that a significant revaluation of the company is possible in the next 12 to 24 months, as we have a good runway to achieve this, and go to the valuation that we think we can get, and finding alternative finance structures, and also continue the pursuit of a strategic large investor into the company.
I suppose the next obvious question is, you've got 12 to 24 months. What are you going to do in terms of your business model? Because it seems historically that the market, or many in the market who may be resources focused, haven't really been able to understand your strategy and your revenue model.
Yeah, listen, I think that frankly speaking, we've been saying this since 2021. We have not changed the strategy. I mean, the intention was always to become a pure play technology licensor of the technology, but the path to achieve that, I mean, everybody talks about this in the technology space, in our space. Clean tech say, we'll be a licensor and we'll make X amount of fees per project, et cetera, et cetera. But you can only achieve that if you have a critical mass of project to give the confidence to be able to sell the license. And originally, obviously, we're a completely different valuation and a completely different capital market, and a cost of capital close to zero. When I became a CEO, the intention was to get involved into development to the extent to build, to accelerate this critical mass of projects, and then shrink or scope purely to deploying the licensing technology into projects by clients. Now, given the aggressive, adjustment of the market, since, Brexit, COVID, war, etc. We had to do that pivot a lot quicker and a lot more painfully than expected, but we still now move into the pure play technology innovator and licensor. If you look now, just to give you some data points, I mean, in the first half of 2023, we have, in the region of 150,000 euros of revenues, and then the year we close it close to 2.5. I mean, this is still, unaudited numbers. They will come out probably towards the end of June, the audited numbers. But just to give you an idea how we're tracking in the first half of 2024 is 1.5 million against, 150. So you already start seeing that we are building. I mean, we have no project with the exception of Italy, where it was a market development center, and we have equity in that project. I mean, the rest of the project are all external client paying project where we build, monthly, and we receive recurring revenues for engineering in the first half of the year. And some of those engineers will translate in the second half of the year into equipment sales, which are, slightly lower margin. I mean, with engineering, we're targeting, 30, 40 +% margin, and then in the equipment only around 20%. But, they are the high value tickets. These are the average projects that we are now working on the engineering. The equipment sale value of that, with equipment sale plus, engineering and technology, is in the range, between 5 to 12 million euros. So these are not very large project. They are kind of the average project that we've seen in the market coming to us. But the beauty of this is that we are charging engineering and design services all the way to the moment where the decision of investment is done or not. So in essence, it's a little bit like paid business development, which is working well for us, and I think is making the story much more simpler, and is restoring confidence in the market about the strategy.
So you rebooted rebooted this month. The market cap currently 2.7 million. You mentioned that it used to be many times greater than that. Do you think that you have now an international scalable business that could then see the company turn around in a lasting way?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's still the work is ongoing, but this is, as I say, this is the work that we started in 2021. We have to adapt and adjust much quicker, responding to the capital market and the availability of us being able to fund. But yes, at the moment, all the projects that we have, we're focusing, in Europe. We have now the project in California as well. We announced late in the last year, 2 projects, one new in California and one in Hawaii. But if we stick more and more at what we're doing now, which is mainly the design engineering and working with competent, EPC partners and local companies, then we are a lot less involved in the actual physical delivery of the projects, and we can project, the engineering expertise, the skills, and the IP, the patents and the innovation in other markets. I mean, we still, would like to. I mean, we have a lot of demand that remains unaddressed by us in, Middle East, in Asia, because we're still a very small team. I mean, we are a larger team, and we are a real business in the real world. I keep saying, like, compared with other technology players that are still in the blue sky, let's build the first plant and let's see if it works. I mean, we do have 20 engineers, and we have, we are doing day in, day out work for these projects, which, the current structure help us to leverage the engineering expertise a lot more and project, the expertise and the ability to earn fees a lot more. But still, to be able to address demand of other locations, we will have to grow the team. But for the next 2 to 3 years, we have a good team that can fulfill, 5 to 10 projects per year, and that is, significant revenues, if they materialize, some of those into technology and equipment sales.
And do you think the current environment is sort of tipping in your favor in terms of demand for your services?
Listen, I mean, I believe that the pendulum is swinging back in. I think obviously at the time of the war, everything moved to more like income and value stock instead of growth stock. Everything moved back to natural resources, oil and gas, and now kind of the war have normalized. Even you see the cost of oil following even the situation in the Middle East, in Israel, and Gaza and all of that. You're seeing that there is some stability even in the oil price. So I think that all this risk was priced early in, probably a bit overpriced. And now, it's becoming, I think markets are getting used to this becoming the new normal. And I think the situation about alternative to fossil fuels, particularly for hard to abate industries and decarbonization of electricity and chemical applications, is now becoming less of a nice thing to have about ESG and talking purely about net zero, and it's becoming more like a real future-proofing the business in terms of predictability of commodity prices, revalorizing your waste to use it as energy or fuel. So I think now it's becoming, again, in the conversation, more strategic for the business. I mean, a lot of the discussion that we're having now with utility companies, are they coming to us with already well-informed industrial clients that are coming already asking for syngas, things that we did not see before. They're coming to us saying, listen, we're looking to a syngas solution to mix with our natural gas in our boilers or for a chemical process or for the steam generation. So they are more informed. I mean, 2 years back, they were more like units on the fringes inside of the large corporate, doing more like a fishing expedition and see what technologies are there. Now you're seeing people coming, industrial people from cement industries, chemical industry, steel industry, coming with real demand of specific project. Listen, we have this plant here that we have this type of boiler, and we're looking if we can retrofit syngas solution using X waste. So I believe it's becoming more strategic. I believe it's still the market, the capital markets, particularly the junior market, have a lot still to recover. I think there's still more volatility coming ahead for a period of time. But in the long term, we see that this is becoming a critical part of the energy and fuel mix. I mean, our meeting with one of the utilities that we're already working on in France, last week, they were saying, listen, this for us. I said, how strategic this project remained for you was my question. And they say, well, listen, if you ask me in the next 2 to 10 years, is critically strategic importance. In the next 12 to 24 months, because they are in the middle of a transaction, of a sale of the business, we still think that there's a lot of perception of risk around that. But for us, let's say, not the financial investors in the company, but for the principles of the company, where it's their business, energy and fuel, they're saying this is critical for us. So I think this is changing, and there's a good opportunity there now to hit the market with a rebase and resilient business.
Well, we look forward to that. In the meantime, David Palumbo, CEO at EQTEC, thank you very much indeed.
Great, Zach. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure talking to you.